is what happens when you leave your phone unattended around baby Bobo. Thanks, babe.
Today I will be showing you guys my favorite leg and glute exercises and how to perform them. This first exercise is called a leg extension. I am seated on the leg extension machine with my legs under the pad, feet pointed forward, and my hands are holding the handlebars. This first set is 25 reps of a medium weight. It's still challenging, but this set is more of a warm-up set than it is a working set. As you can see, as I finish the 25 reps, I'm completing 5 to 7 negative reps, meaning I'm extending my legs to a count of 1, pausing at the top, and then bringing my weight back down to the starting position for a count of 5. These are absolutely killer. This next set is a set of 10 to 12 reps at a much heavier weight. As you feel more comfortable with this exercise, you can slightly turn your feet in or out to simulate a more specific area of the quad. But as a beginner, I would really recommend just keeping your toes and feet pointed forward so you make sure you're doing this exercise with proper form. This last set is a set to failure. What this means is I will continue to complete the reps until my form begins to suffer. As you can see at the end, I can barely perform a half rep, but that's okay. That is the point of completing reps to failure. I am completely exhausting the muscle until I literally cannot lift the weight anymore. The next exercise is the leg press. I am seated on the machine with my legs on the platform directly in front of me. You will notice I have my feet in a Y and hide stance. This is because with my legs high and wide, I feel more of a hamstring glute contraction than I do when my feet are in a narrow neutral stance. One thing I will point out, I prefer you grab the handlebars to the side of the machine and have your back resting flat on the seat. In this video, I am holding onto the handlebars below the seat. For some reason on this particular leg press machine, because of the positioning of the handlebars, it's more comfortable and I feel like I have more control over the weight when I grab these lower handrails. However, I have used other leg press machines where the handlebars to the side are more comfortable. This next set I am completing a little bit different variation of the leg press machine. I am pausing for a count of 2 at the bottom of the rep and then exploding up. This takes all of the momentum out of the movement, and as you can tell from the look on my face, it's quite a bit tougher. Next we have the lying leg curl. I am laying face down on the leg curl machine with my legs under the pad. My knees and feet are pointing forward and I am resting my upper body on my forearms and I'm holding the handlebars. As you curl your legs up, make sure to keep your hips pressed into the pad and your chest up. Another variation of this exercise is called a leg curl with knee lift or butt lift. Once you're in a fully contracted position, lift your knees slightly by squeezing your glutes. This is a great way to work both your hamstrings and your glutes. As always, but especially with this exercise, make sure to use a weight that allows you to have proper form. Swinging or jerking, especially here, can cause a lower back or hamstring injury. I promise you will get more out of this exercise by lowering the weight and focusing on the hamstring and glute contraction than you will by using a heavier weight. Next is the glute kickback machine. Grab the handlebars in front of you and stand with a slight bend in the leg you will be standing on. Make sure you do not lock your knee out. Next, you will extend your leg behind you as far as you can while squeezing your glutes. Make sure to keep your hips pressed into the pad in front of you. You don't want any momentum in this movement. If you are unsure if you're squeezing your glutes, you can actually put your hand on your upper glute, like I'm doing here, to make sure you are contracting your glutes with each rep. The next exercise is probably one of the most effective, but also the most embarrassing glute exercises I've ever done. You will get a ton of awkward stares, but I promise it is worth it. This exercise is called the cable glute pull-through. To get set up, bring the cable to the lowest position possible and connect the double rope handles like you would use for a tricep pushdown. While holding the cable between your legs, walk a couple feet out from the beginning of the cable. This will allow you to have enough range of motion to properly do the exercise. Next, standing with your feet shoulder width apart and keeping your back straight, bend at the hips as if you're doing a straight leg deadlift. Once you feel a good stretch in your hamstrings, squeeze your glutes and bring your upper body back to a starting position. Make sure to keep a slight bend in your knees at all times. Also, when you bend at the hips, think about keeping all your weight in your heels. I'm not really sure if there is an official name for this exercise, but I will call it the straight leg deadlift / cable squat superset. With the cable in the lowest position possible, attach a T-bar handle. Really, any handle here is fine as long as it's big enough for you to hold on with both hands. While holding the cable out in front of you, walk a couple feet out from the beginning of the cable. Again, this will allow you to have enough range of motion to properly do the exercise. Next, standing with your feet shoulder width apart and keeping your back straight, bend at the hips like you would a normal straight leg deadlift. Make sure to sit back as far as you can in your heels. If you are using the right amount of weight, you should be able to sit back pretty far in your heels. The weight from the cable will help you keep your balance and not fall backwards. Here I am using 60 pounds. Once you feel a good stretch in your hamstrings, squeeze your hamstrings and glutes and bring your upper body back to your starting position. Next, from your same starting position, go right into the cable squat portion of the exercise. Your feet should not move. They should stay in exactly the same position as the first part of the exercise. Again, using the weight from the cable, sit as far back into your heels as possible before you lose your balance. Also, squat down as low as possible when you perform the squat. And make sure you keep your knees and toes in line and facing forward. Squeezing your glutes and hamstrings, explode up and return to your starting position. The next exercise, just kidding, don't try this at home. Finally, my favorite way to end a leg workout is with walking lunges on the treadmill. Not only does it double as cardio, yay! It is a killer way to finish exhausting your legs. One thing I do want to mention is the importance of muscle-mind connection. In order to properly build any muscle group, you have to utilize muscle-mind connection. The first step toward muscle-mind connection is staying focused in the gym. As you know, movement is controlled by the brain, so simply showing up at the gym and going through the motions isn't enough. When you complete each rep, you have to consciously think about feeling the contraction of the muscle. As my coach Johnny always says, if you're trying to grow, check your ego at the door. Too many people are focused on the amount of weight they're lifting and not the quality of the rep. Remember, quality over quantity. Think of it this way. In your workout, you're trying to maximize the breakdown of muscle tissue in your glutes, for example. So you feel, I need to lift as heavy as possible so my glutes will grow. Well, at a heavier weight, you may be using improper form or using your quads or lower back to compensate for the lack of strength in your glutes because you're using too much weight. Thus, your glutes are only bearing 50 to 60% of the load. If you were to lower your weight and utilize muscle-mind connection, your glutes could be pushing 80% of the load. Thus, your glutes are actually doing more work at a lighter weight. So I hope you learned something today. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments if you would like more of my favorite exercises and how to do them videos that would pertain to different muscle groups, shoulders, back, arms, etc. I will be doing a part 2 to this video soon that will incorporate more advanced leg and glute exercises, so keep an eye out for that. As always, thank you for watching and I will see you next time.